Argentina's squad for the Rugby Championship has been named, folks, at least for the two tests up against the All Blacks. It is somewhat bolstered from the kind of experimental side which took on England in the July series and Uruguay as well. A bunch of the top 14 players are back, which is good news. And there's a couple of uncapped guys there as well. We'll go through the squad pretty quick, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how the Pumas are going to go. They will be disappointed with how July went. Like, I know many people reminded me that wasn't the full-strength Pumas squad that took on England, but that was also not England's top squad either, because they had a bunch of players missing with the Lions. And at home, to go none from two, I don't know what it is about England, but England seems to be something of a bogey team for the Pumas guys. And maybe New Zealand at home as well. I feel like New Zealand, for Argentina, it's better when we're at a neutral venue or away from home for Argentina. I don't think there's been that many really close games in recent years between the Pumas and the All Blacks. Maybe one back in 2019. But it tends to be in New Zealand where the Pumas are given no chance that they really step up and surprise, or potentially at a neutral venue as well. But yeah, at home, where there's a little bit more expectations on, I feel like it doesn't go that well. But we will see how these guys go. Felipe Contepomi has certainly surprised at times since his appointment. He has had some big results. The biggest, most impressive recent one was that victory over the British and Irish Lions. So we know they've got it in them. It is whether they can find some form and some consistency. Montoya, Bernasconi, and Ruiz, those are your hookers for this one. So Montoya is Mr. Steady as she goes as the captain, and Ruiz is back into the squad, having missed out during the July series, busy over in the top 14. Bernasconi did get a little bit of game time against England, so he is the kind of lesser of the three guys in terms of the experience. Props is going to be very important because they're going to need stable scrum platform. If it's an area of weakness, and the All Blacks have got some good props, the Boks have got some good props, even the Aussies showed against the British and Irish Lions, they can scrummage as well. You feel like it's going to be very important for the Pumas guys. It's been an area of, I don't want to say, it's probably moved away from weakness in recent times, but it's not been a massive area of strength. And they've also had Cordella at last retire in his 40s. So good news is you got Sclavi back, the big tight head. He's, I think, literally the biggest physical specimen, the big La Rochelle tight head. He's like 137 kilos or something. Massive. That's good news. And then Coria and Delgado are the other two kind of tight heads in that mix. I think Sclavi probably gets the start. And then Titus Chaparro is certainly the veteran of the squad. He will be the 40-year-old if he keeps playing for the Pumas until the next World Cup, I guess, because he's 36 years old. Vivas and Wegner are there as well, but I think Wegner, who did play against the British and Irish Lions, although that's still an uncapped match, he is one of the two uncapped guys. I think he is also in the squad as a like a training member, like a wider training squad member for a bit of experience for him. But yeah, front row wise, definitely need to get at least some parity at scrum time. But there's a lot of guys like Delgado, like Coria Marchetti, and Wegner, who are all, fewer than 10 caps. So there's some experience to be gained in the Pumas front row. Locks, less so. It's a lot more stable. Petty, Molina, Paulos, and Rubiolo. Paulos is the biggest physical specimen at close to 2 meters and like 123 kgs. He's a big physical unit, and I do like the skills of Molina and Petty. So Contepomi's got some choices to make in terms of what is his pairing. There's no Lavanini in the squad, interestingly, but yeah, I don't think the Pumas lack for locks at the moment. I think they've got some good depth there. Pleased to see Molina back. We didn't see him in July. I'm also see he signed for the Western Force over here in Super Rugby, so I'm pleased for him that he will be one of the guys available who plays on a Southern Hemisphere schedule. He doesn't have to come over straight after European rugby and just play his entire off-season for the Pumas. So he's going to have something of a more healthy work-life balance compared to some of the other players. Loose forwards, Argentina has been absolutely stacked with loose forwards for years, and that is not changing here. Crema is back. He is certainly the biggest physical specimen of the loosies, at almost 2 meters tall, 115 kilos. He is going to be bruising, so I think they missed him against England, but yeah, very pleased to have him back. But they still had Juan Gonzalez, they still had Matera. Those guys are still in the squad, obviously, and then they're joined by Joaquin Oviedo, who's back as well, big number 8. I do like his ability on the ball carry to get over the advantage line, so a good guy to have return. Santiago Grondona, the lock loose forward, is still there. Demorim is another one of the kind of training squad members. He got a cap against Uruguay. So, yeah, I think you would be pretty happy. There's no Facundo Issa, but I still think you would be happy with the guys available in the loose forwards for Argentina. The other guys, the backs, halfback, scrum half is looking light on experience with Gonzalo Garcia and his 11 caps, the most capped number 9. He's joined by Benitez Cruz and Mojano, the two guys who just recently got themselves caps in July. So very, very light on experience, but very, very pleased to see Thomas Albornoz is back. I really think you missed him against England. I think he proved himself last year far and away to be the Pumas' best number 10. His ability to attack the defensive line and to set up the guys around him, I think, is genuinely second to none. And then Geronimo Priscantelli, who's been playing his rugby over in Italy. I think he's signed for Racing 92 now. He is one of the other uncapped guys in the squad, so can play 10, can play fullback. Be interesting to see if he gets a spot potentially on the bench as they ease him into things. Midfield, I think, is also looking pretty good. There's no Moroni for this one. He's conspicuous in his absence. He did play in July, but the veteran is not there. They've got Chocobares, who's back in. Good guy to have back. They've got Malia, good guy to have back in, whether they play him in the outside backs or they play him in the midfield. Cinti and Picardo. Picardo is the kind of least big name of the four guys there, but he also, I think, impressed in the July series as well. So I think the Pumas midfield is looking pretty strong. And then they've always had good wingers in recent years as well. Mateo Carreras is there, Rodrigo Iscro is there, Ignacio Mendy is there, Batista Cardelgui is there. Then Santiago Carreras is a fullback potentially, and then Benjamin Alazalde, who got his debut in the July period as well, is also there. So some exciting attacking-minded wingers. Unfortunately, no Boffelli. We keep awaiting that guy's return. He's had a real struggle getting back fit with injury. It must be almost 2 years at international level since we've seen him. It's been a long time, maybe not that long, but it's been a long time. Gajo in the props, unfortunately, him being unavailable means you're going to miss out on some entertainment on the ball carry, and then Benjamin Grondona, who only just recently added himself to the Pumas roster, is also out injured. So All Blacks first up, like I said, it's not the time when the Pumas usually shine. As I said, I think they do better over here in New Zealand, surprisingly enough. It's such a hard place for most teams to win, but the Pumas have done it decently well in recent years. But I don't know. I think they will still go into the games against New Zealand as underdogs. This is despite the fact they won, 3 of their 6 games last year in the Rugby Championship. They beat everybody once, lost to everybody once as well. So, yeah, maybe a little bit of the pressure goes off them. It's a good chance for Contepomi to blood some of these young guys. There are a few areas like the scrum halves, like some of the props, where they do need to add a bit of depth. But Contepomi is managing his players. Like I said, he's not got it easy because he has to give guys a rest. The guys who play over in Europe need a break, which is a bit of extra management for him. But I'm sure there are some guys who will play New Zealand who will then get a break as the other guys maybe travel to South Africa or when they host South Africa or traveling away to Australia. Some guys will get a break, some guys will be called in. But yeah, this is the Pumas squad for the initial naming of their Rugby Championship squad to take on the All Blacks. Anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts on how they're going to go. Is it time for the Pumas to finally beat the All Blacks at home? Or do you think the pressure of home will be too much for them to handle? You guys let us know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.